Federal judge approves at 24, 2016, file photo, the at. The fate of the at. U.S. District Judge Richard Leon is expected to announce in court Tuesday, June 12, 2018, his decision in the biggest antitrust trial in years. AP photo, Mark Lenehan, file, Washington, AP, a federal judge approved the $85 billion mega-merger of at. U.S. District Judge Richard Leon greenlit the merger without adding major conditions to the deal. The Trump Justice Department had sued to block the $85 billion merger, arguing that it would hurt competition in cable and satellite TV and jack up costs to consumers for streaming TV and movies. Now, the phone and pay TV giant will be allowed to absorb the owner of CNN, HBO, the Warner Brothers movie studio, Game of Thrones, coveted sports programming and other must-see shows. The Justice Department could decide to appeal the ruling, however. The impact from this decision will have wide-reaching ramifications across the telecommunications, media, and tech industry for decades to come, said GBH Insights analyst Dan Ives. For at. On combining a company that produces news and entertainment with one that funnels it to consumers. The merged company, executives said, would be better able to compete in an era in which people spend more time watching video on phones and tablets and less time on traditional live TV on a big screen. Leon said the government failed to prove that the merger would lead to higher prices and other harm to consumers. The government here has taken its best shot to oppose this merger, Leon said, speaking to a packed courtroom in an unusual session weeks after the trial ended. But, he added, the government's evidence is too thin a reed for this court to rely on. Leon rejected the notion of temporarily suspending the merger for a possible appeal by the government. The drop-dead deadline for completing the merger is June 21. If it's not wrapped up by then, either company could walk away, and at. The ruling is a stinging defeat for the Justice Department. The proposed merger was so big and consequential that it forced federal antitrust lawyers to reconsider legal doctrine that permitted mergers of companies that don't directly compete. First floated in October 2016, the deal also brought fire from then-candidate Donald Trump, who promised to kill it because it's too much concentration of power in the hands of too few. Dallas-based at. It claims about 25 million of the 90 million or so U.S. households that are pay TV customers. Leon's ruling could shape the government's future competition policy. The ruling could open the floodgates to deal-making in the fast-changing entertainment and video content worlds. Major cable, satellite and phone companies are bulking up with purchases of entertainment conglomerates to compete against rivals born on the internet, like Amazon and Google. Waiting in the wings are potential big billions deals involving 21st Century Fox and Disney, Verizon and CBS, T-Mobile and Sprint. Comcast and Verizon are also jockeying for position in the new landscape. As president, Trump has called the merger not good for the country, and said he believed it would push pay TV prices higher. Looming in the background of the deal has been Trump's long-running feud with Time Warner's CNN, which he has often derided as failing, and a purveyor of fake news. The 6-week trial featured a parade of expert witnesses as attorneys for the opposing sides took Leon on a journey through the twisty dynamics of the media and entertainment landscape. The company's CEOs, at. The government argued that at. Post-merger, at. The government's star witness was Carl Shapiro, an economist at the University of California, who used an economic model to predict that consumer cable bills could rise by $500 million annually in aggregate by 2021. The company's main economist, Dennis Carlton from the University of Chicago, refuted Shapiro's model as overly complicated and rejected his conclusions. The government failed to prove that the merger would dampen competition and innovation and raise prices for pay TV, said Daniel Petrocelli, the company's lead attorney in defending the merger. In fact, he suggested, consumers could end up paying less after a merger, maybe even $500 million less annually. The combination would push technology forward and give consumers more choices. We are pleased that, after conducting a full and fair trial on the merits, the court has categorically rejected the government's lawsuit to block our merger with Time Warner, said David McAtee. He said